Yeah.
But Divya ji, like you working in different industries, Mollywood, Collywood,
Yeah.
and Tollywood.
Yeah.
Not in Sandalwood yet.
No, what is
Yes.
sandalwood?
Kannada.
Kannada, okay, Kannada. Oh, Kannada is sandalwood. I didn't know.
Okay.
It's a beautiful name for them.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, not yet in sandalwood. No.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to sandalwood though.
Nice. So, for an actor being in one industry and managing everything here, knowing the nature of this industry is a particular industry is very difficult. But you're doing projects in 3 industries and knowing about the people, knowing about the nature of those industries, it's very difficult, right?
Yeah.
And upon that, selecting a script. Script is totally based on the audience. Like,
Yeah.
is this script gonna work there or not in that industry,
Yeah.
or is it another small film which
yeah.
they shoot and there is no guarantee of release.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you choose all this? Is there anyone there to help you out?
Like in Telugu, I have my manager.
I wanna tell same question in Telugu.
Yes, please.
సో నేను ఏం అడిగానంటే ఇప్పుడు 3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఎట్ ఏ టైం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా. సో 3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీలో వర్క్ చేసి అక్కడ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఎంచుకోవడం అనేది పెద్ద టాస్క్ లా ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఆ నేచర్ తెలియాలి ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి. ఒకవేళ చేసిన మూవీ అక్కడ హిట్ అవుతుందా లేదా అనే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఎట్ ఏ టైం మీరు 3 ఇండస్ట్రీలో చేస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇది ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటారో అని అడిగాను.
Like in Tamil and Malayalam, more or less, I can feel the pulse, like somewhere, because these are movies that I used to watch when I was a kid, even, like, and especially Malayalam, I don't, and Tamil, I now I've done one project called The Village. And now the other movie that's been we're doing is it's not named the film yet, but it's Vijay Sethupathi sir, Yogi Babu sir, Rukmani Vasant. So we are doing a movie together, the 4 of us, and it's a good fun movie. So because it was comedy and because it was the script also was fun. I'm like one of their friends, and it's exploring. When I heard the character, it sounded good to me. Okay, so that's how I chose, and it is Vijay Sethupathi sir. And working with him is like going to 10 acting schools. You will get trained, and like and him and Yogi Babu sirs is their work culture and the way how they handle a situation and the scene is, and since it's a comedy film, it was so much fun because I love doing comedy.
Okay.
And I would want to do comedy, but comedy is the hardest thing that you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it was like, that experience working with them, I had to grasp in a lot of things, like keep a straight face and then, say like a dialogue. And, without, it's crazy how he makes use of props nearby him so that your hands are not idle. I think the biggest challenge for an actor is, what do you do when you're just, the camera is at you, but what do you do with your arms?
Yeah.
What do you do with that? So then he will find something to do. And like, and the way how he does it and how he treats other actors and people in the set. That's so important, and all that. So that was that experience. Coming back to our question, where in Telugu it was a bit challenging for me because I don't know the pulse of the audience yet. Like I'm still trying to learn and still trying to feel it, still trying to see what. So it's exciting. At the same time, it makes me a little nervous as well. So I have a manager. I have my manager. And she's wonderful, and like she helps me through it. She helps me like go through the whole thing, like, and explains to me, okay, this might work, this is good. So right now I'm doing a project called Tandil.
Tandil.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing a character. It's a character role in that movie. But again, it was her who actually kind of like got me that that
Okay,
part.
manager helped
Yeah,
you. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
she helped me, and she kind of, and again, there was another movie with Fahad that I've that's coming out in. I mean, we're starting shoot in July. It's Don't Trouble the Trouble.
Oh, okay, I have seen that poster.
Yeah, poster. I'm playing a character in that as well.
Okay.
Again, it's her who's like, who's told me that. So for me, both roles were like, I'm so used to doing lead characters, and then I've done villain characters. Again, these are, they're very important
Okay.
roles in movies. So for me, it was a bit like, I'm doing a character, So then they were like, she was like, no, 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 just see it in this aspect and see it in this. And when she got me the narration, it took me a while to like, just to accept that. But then once I'm glad I took that project up, like Tandel that I'm doing right now. I'm like so looking forward to it. And
But for most of the actors, the audition that you took is very difficult.
Yes.
But you took it.
Sometimes you just have to let go of, your ego and your pride and everything, and just see the totality of, what brings you like as an actor, are you
That gives you
satisfied?
satisfaction also.
Exactly.
Soul satisfaction.
Exactly. And I don't know. I'm here. See, I left my job and everything to act. I'm here to act. I'm here to take up parts and do that job. So let me, and I'm hungry for it. Like if I'm going to be picky and choosy, and I'm going to be only a heroine, and if I'm going to only this, and if I'm going to sit there, I'll be just sitting at home.
Yeah, nothing.
And I don't want to do that. I've sat at home during lockdown, and that's fine now. And I want to get out there, get whatever comes my way. And I don't believe. See, in Malayalam, if just because I did a villain role or a side character does not mean that I will not get a lead role. You're an actor. Like it depends on what the story is and what the script is. If the script demands a person like me and like similar this thing, and if I can portray that character, then that will come to me.
Exactly. Touchwood, those kind of scenarios were there before. Like if you if you do other roles apart from the lead role, you won't be considering for the other. That's not the situation now.
Yeah, that's not. And because as an actor, we can't do that. Like, that's for me initially, because that was told to me by other people. Like, so many people will come and tell you different 1,000 things. Like, who, if you do like, listen. No, I've done so many characters, different kind of characters in Malayalam films. And I still get lead characters. So it's not for me like, okay, now just because I've done cameos. Just because I want to be a part of that movie.
Okay.
And I just went with my gut feeling, and that did not stop me from getting a lead character. And I believe that this is what it's going to be in any industry. Things are changing, and it's high time we change that mentality. Like, and just limit ourselves. Who is anyone to limit us? Like, no. So yeah.
And in Mangalavaram, I want to mention this. Antagonist anagane, once they reveal you, you're like hyper, and you all of a sudden you show your true color. You are subtle. You are subtle, and at the same time you are showing your true nature with the eyes.
Yeah.
That's one thing I noticed, and I was so amazed how well she managed that.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes I don't know. It's how he explained it to me. Like Ajay sir, how he explained that character to me, and how he said that, like he said, Divya, this is what I need. This is what I need. And sometimes so it depends on how I'm told, and how I'm like, and how you perceive. Little bit how I perceive in that character is there. I'm not saying it's completely them, but then it's. Sometimes you just take that guidance and you just follow your gut feeling. I don't know, if you ask me like why did how did you do that? I don't know the answer to it. It just came to me, like I just felt like doing that.
The situation and the other actors, everything syncs there.
Yeah. And then you talk to, like Chaitanya was like we had to like discuss how you're going to do it, how you're going to be like, so they are also very helpful. All my co-stars, Payal also, when I had to like, Ajay sir, sometimes he goes a bit extreme. So there's a scene where I'm throwing Payal onto the ground. So I can't do that. And so like, even though we've done fight scenes and everything, and like this poor girl, she's been anyways like, she's mentally also after a point you get very tired, and that character is tiring.
It's tiring.
And we were shooting at I think 1:32 a.m. Okay, at that scene where I'm like I'm like ordering to kill her, you know, Champesana.
Champesi.
Yeah, Champesi. I'm saying, screaming and saying that. So at that time, I'm like holding her. So Ajay said, yeah, throw her, and I'm like, dude. And then I'm like, Payal, I'm so sorry, my dear. Is it okay if I can just do this? Like, can I hold your hair? Can I hold it? She's like, yeah, it's fine. And she at that point, poor girl had already given up.
Come
She's
on,
like,
complete it.
I'm giving up. Do whatever. And and then she was like, and after that, I just gave her a hug, and I was like, listen, I'm sorry, darling. And she's like, hey, it's okay, it's fine. And and she was also like, and there was a connection, between me and her, even between me and Shravan also, like, when my boyfriend in the movie. So even Shravan also, like, he was like, so we have that, I was, whoever I worked with, that's there in every movie that I have. It's so important that you have a good rapport with your co-artist, whoever you're working with, and, and everyone at the set, even, whoever it is, like from the light boy to the director, whoever, you have to be in sync. There's one person's, like that energy because it's an emotional thing that you're doing. Acting is emotional. So if one person's energy is like up and down, it affects you, and and you don't want to be,
underplay or overplay.
Yeah, exactly. So in this particular scene that we were talking about, like, Chaitanya was very helpful. Ajay sir was like, okay, let's do this, and then we had a time constraint. We had to finish it up. And he didn't want to like drag it on and everything, so he had to be crisp. So there's a lot of so before going to the set itself, I would read my lines, and I would just try to be in that particular mood. At the set they might change the lines, but that's fine for me. I pick up on prompting in Telugu especially. Other languages, I can remember the lines, and I can change. Tamil is a bit difficult to change also, but Malayalam is easy because of obviously, and but Tamil is a little hard. I wouldn't say it is like, but if I know the like the backbone of what is happening, then it's easier to to change and to speak. So I was in that mode already. That like, okay, this is happening, and this is happening. I'm in this mode, and I'm going to like attack him, and he's going to, and at the end of the day, he's going to kill me. That is there, but my whole thing is killing will come later. I'm not thinking of that. My entire scene at that my thing that I should somehow escape from there. I'm only thinking of that. Killing is his reaction. I just have to show that I'm dead, and then we have our stunt people doing the falling off the thing and everything. They are doing that. I don't have to do that. Only thing is, my whole thing is, how do I escape from this person? So that is all I'm thinking about. And that's what I was, and that's just, I think that's what came into play at that point.
And this intimate scene, చాలా మంది యాక్టర్స్ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చేసే ముందు వ్యూవర్స్ కి చాలా మంది తెలీదు. దే జస్ట్ కమ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సడన్ దే కమ్ అండ్ దే డూ అండ్ దే గో అవే అలా ఉంటుంది. అంటే దానికి ముందు ప్రిపరేషన్, హౌ ద యాక్టర్స్ బోత్ ద యాక్టర్స్ టాక్ అనేది చాలా మంది వ్యూవర్స్ కి తెలీదు. ఓన్లీ పర్టికులర్లీ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చేసే ముందు యాక్టర్స్ కి ఏ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కోఆర్డినేషన్ అండ్ కాన్వర్సేషన్ ఉంటుందో ఫర్ అవర్ ఆడియన్స్, ప్లీజ్ వన్స్.
So in this movie itself, when I had to, okay, I'll speak about Kala first. Where that was my first. I had to do an intimate scene like that, like where with Toino Thomas and me, and the director had. This is 3 months before when he came with this project, and he was like explaining to me. Initially I said no. I'm like, no, how can I do this? I don't know how to do it. I don't know you. I don't know. Like, it's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. Obviously, in your mind, you don't know the person. You're being intimate with another person. There's cameras in your face. No, I can't do it. No, I don't think I can do it. So I said no bluntly, and then he's like, no, listen. We all watch movies, and we all watch this, and we, it's like any other emotion. First of all, first think of that. It's just another emotion. Like, you're getting angry, you're getting sad. You can portray all that. Why can't you portray this? I was like, I don't want to because this is not like other emotions. You're like really close to another human being, and then
And we don't do that in public.
and it's like ugh, it's awkward, like it's icky. And then he's like, okay. So then he kind of like broke it down to me, like these inhibitions you have to cut it off as an actor. First thing, this is what you are an actor. You cannot have the liberty of deciding what is icky, what is not. Sometimes you're in dirt, മണ്ണ് അഴുക്കിലായിരിക്കും ചിലപ്പോൾ. We'll be like, at that time what do you say? We are fighting in that scene, or if you're like falling into that, so you'll say, it's icky, you'll not do it. I say, no, that I'll do. Oh, that you can do, this you can't do. And then I'm like, oh, okay,
Makes sense.
And then he was like, I was like, this is just like, once it's cut, it's over. It's not like, and I said, no, but then millions of people are watching. How do I,
How they gonna take it?
Yeah, how they going to take it? They're going to judge me. I said, why do you care? Why do you? And at the end of the day, you're an actor. You're portraying somebody else's life. It's not even like, So then I was like, yeah, it's true. It's true. And then I sat with Tovino, and then we had this conversation, and we like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And when the camera is coming, some scenes you cannot like, and then there is we even discuss on how close do we get? How far do we get? Are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with this? And there's camera there. You don't feel any other emotion at that point. You're at that, like when you're naturally kissing or something like that, honestly, what he's thinking and what I'm thinking is my face at that time good?
Good.
Is my, like, is this
Am I camera favor or not?
Yeah. Am I getting that? That is what you're thinking about. You don't have time to think about, oh my God, this kiss is amazing. No, you don't. You don't think of that. And sometimes you have to emote. The worst thing is when you have to be romantic and like this and do all this thing. Sometimes you're staring at the camera. The camera is right over here on your face, and there is a person standing over that, and there. So Tovino there's a video of what Toby has taken, like during the making, while we were shooting for this scene itself. He's like, you all think that, oh, this is amazing. There is a man who is like about 75 to 80 kgs on top of me, and I'm emoting, like, and the camera is like, it's true.
Yeah.
And I had to do the same thing. I'm like looking at the camera, like sitting there looking, and he's down, and it's supposed to be like that, but I'm looking at a camera. And I'm like, and there's a man like standing there. There is no way that you can be like,
And he's like no emotion on his face, and he's staring at.
You can't see his face. You can only see his body, and he's doing this. He's like squinty, and you're like, but you have to be the most like, romantic and. So that's the challenge. That's the challenge. And even the same thing for here also, like in Mangalavaram, when when first when Ajay sir said he's going to come on top of me, I said no, nobody's coming on top of me. I'm not comfortable with that. And he's like, okay, however you both decide how you want to do it. You both talk and decide, and how I just want to capture that you both were. There was something intimate happening between you both. Otherwise, it will not make sense to this thing. So he had told me back, like this, there'll be a scene like this. And I was like, can we not avoid it? And like, all that. Initially, I was like that. And then he was like, no, but this is important. I only then it'll make sense. Like how, like, she's also, this lady is like, such a going to the temple, praying and all that. But madam has an affair. Okay, so to show that, and I said, okay, fine. Yeah, and then so Shravan and me, we sat and we decided that, I said, Shravan, I'm not comfortable with you being on top of me. He's like, no problem. You come over me, and then you just, it's like, because if it's the other way around, I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay.
That scene, I'm not comfortable if it were the other way around. And they were open to it. They were like, okay, fine, you do whatever is comfortable with you. So I was like, okay, I don't mind being on top of him and then just going, and then suddenly I'm looking, and I'm not exposing anything of much or anything of that sort. Like I didn't feel it, like it was like you wear clothes, otherwise
you can adjust to your comfort if you're moving towards him.
Yeah. I can do that. Then like the other way, then it's going to be like little more awkward for me. Like if someone's coming over me and doing that. So I was like, no, I prefer this. This is okay. And they were like, okay. What you come to a common ground and you kind of like, everybody comes together and you're just thinking and working how does it, we have to make it, and it worked, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, she was like, oh, she's like, she's having an affair with this guy and, all this.